guys, Preacher 357 here, out here on the range with a gun that's been out for quite a while now, and that is the Walther P22. Specifically, this is the P22Q, which is the newer version. I think the original came out in 2002, I believe, and I believe the Q model came out in 2011. There's a few little internal differences, but I think for the most part the difference was the original P22. It looked like the P99, whereas the P22Q, it took the styling and the grip and all of that from the PPQ, which had come out at that time and which was just recently discontinued, but had been a very popular gun, very ergonomic gun. And so that's the biggest difference between a P22 and a P22Q, but this is the Q model. And it's billed as the first polymer frame semi-automatic 22 that ever hit the market. And I think Walther also calls it the first tactical 22 pistol, whatever that means. I guess it means you defend yourself with this gun. It's not just a range toy, but let's be perfectly honest. I mean, it beats a sharp stick, as the saying goes, but it wouldn't be my first choice for a defensive weapon. Though the 22, is capable, I guess, of defending you in certain circumstances. Shot placement's a lot. But most people, generally speaking, if you pull a gun, are going to stop assaulting you. The danger is going to be passed just by the presentation of the gun anyway, but just the same, to me, this is a range gun. It's not really one that I would plan on using for self-defense. Only exceptions to that might be people who are very recoil sensitive, that even a 380 is just too much for them. And in certain situations, maybe this is a good option because, like we said, it's better than nothing. It's better than not having a gun, but the whole tactical thing, I don't know. Seems a little silly to me in a 22, but to each their own. But that's what Walther calls this gun. But it's basically the granddaddy, you could say, of the polymer frame semi-automatic 22s. So how does it stack up now against the more modern ones that have come out that are more high capacity? This is a 10-round magazine, which was kind of the standard for 22 long rifle for a very, very long time. Going all the way back to the first 22 target pistols that came out, 10 rounds has kind of been the standard. And it's only recently that we've seen guns that have become a little higher capacity than that. Guns like the Kel-Tec P17, which I think is 16 round. The Taurus TX22, which I can't remember if it's 15 or 16, whatever it is. The Sig P322, which I think even comes with like a 20 round, but I'm not fond of that gun. You can check out the review I did of it. It just wasn't something that appealed to me for whatever reason. But the one thing this does have over those guns is smaller than those guns. Even the Kel-Tec P17, which kind of feels like a small gun to me, is really not compared to this. Let me get that out real quick. You can see there the difference. The Kel-Tec is bigger in every dimension. It's just a bigger gun. And kind of surprising to me when I first realized that, because the Kel-Tec feels so slim, especially, but it's actually a bigger gun than this. And I compare this to my Sig P365, which is a very small 9mm, and it's actually a little bigger than that. The P365 is actually a little shorter in the grip, a little shorter in the slide. But this is still a pretty small gun. So is it obsolete? Now that these higher capacity guns are out, is it obsolete? I would say no. I would say it's not, and here's the reason why. Number one, I don't consider these defensive pistols. So the higher capacity is not that important to me in a gun you're just going to be out on the range with. I don't think it's, 10 rounds is not going to be enough for whatever you want to do and 16 is going to be enough. It's not going to be one of those situations, I don't think. Because if you're in a really bad situation where you need a ton of rounds, you need something more than a 22 anyway. So I don't think it's that big of a deal. Plus, this is a single stack, whereas the other guns are double stack, which means this is a lot easier to load. And it's got the pull down tabs on the side of the magazines, like a lot of them do. Even the TX22 by Taurus has that as well. The Kel-Tec P17 doesn't, which is one of my problems with that magazine. It really needs those. But even with the tabs on the Taurus, the single stack magazine is so much easier to load. So even though you get to shoot a little more on each mag with those other guns, the ease of loading these, I think, kind of offsets that. And that you can load them up very quickly and get right back into shooting. So honestly, for a range gun, I don't think this is obsolete. I don't think this is a bad choice even now, despite the high capacity guns that are out there. But anyway, let's just do a little bit of shooting with it and see how they compare. I have done some comparison in the past, just on my own, not in a video, between the three guns, and even had my wife shoot all three, because 22 is one of the calibers she'll actually shoot. She doesn't like recoil very much. And so she tried all three guns, and she actually liked the Kel-Tec. I like the Taurus myself, but it's a little bigger. And to me, it makes it easier to shoot because of the size. And this being the smallest one, maybe that's why it's not my favorite. The trigger is okay on this. Of course, it's double action, single action. It's got a hammer, an external hammer. Of course, the other two are hammer fired as well, I believe. But they are internal hammers. This has the external hammer. It's double action, single action, with a safety that can be carried, cocked, and locked even. But we need to do a little bit of shooting with it just to see how it does. Now, I apologize, guys. I have been outside on the tractor all afternoon, and I am sweaty, and I'm dirty and nasty, and I apologize for that, but I wanted to get out here and get this video done, and so I just didn't have time, if I was going to do that, to get all gussied up for you. So you'll just have to forgive me for not being all beautiful for you. You just have to put up with all the sweat and the dirt here. But I found that when you're dirty and sweaty, it doesn't affect your shooting. So you can still come out to the range without, you know, going and getting fixed up first. So let's just do a little bit of shooting here and see how we like this one. Take both magazines with me here. For those of you that have watched my videos before, you know I got the cowboy target over here. And you'll notice he looks a little different. He's a little higher up in the air. I put a different stand up for him. The old system I had was a couple of shepherd's hooks that I just kind of had rigged up to hold him up, and they weren't holding him up so much anymore after about 10 years. So he was just about sitting on the ground all the time. So I put the new system in, and I haven't even shot this thing since I've done that. So we'll see if maybe I can still hit him with him a little higher up in the air. I don't know if that's gonna work as well or not, but we'll see. We'll start here on the red plates, just like always. All right, the trigger breaks really far back on this as well. Took me a little bit of getting used to. You saw at first the video where I shot it on paper. I was really struggling at first to get used to the break. Shoots a little low, I think, too. May not hit these small ones. One other thing about this gun is it has the European style mag release that's on the trigger right here that you push down. You don't see that as much anymore as you used to. Of course, this is a pistol that's manufactured in Germany. So it is a European handgun. Let's just try these two little ones again. I think I got a helicopter coming over. Coming to get me, I guess. Is it the AFT? Looks like it's the National Guard. It's National Guard Armory over that way. I'm gonna hit that little one. Let's try this cowboy before we run out of ammunition. All right. Not too bad. Seems like out at distance it's pulling to the left a little bit. I didn't notice it being that bad in the video I did earlier, at the intro with shooting it on the paper. I'm looking at the target right now. It's off to the side of me, and yeah, some of them were pulled a little to the left. I just figured I was pulling them. And probably I was, and I may just be pulling those too. That's a problem sometimes I get with grips that are really thin like this one, is that the gun turns a little bit in your hand because it's a little too small. You know, it's kind of like when you're trying to shoot a baseball like a basketball. It's just too small to do what you want to do. Let's load up another few rounds here. 20 to be exact in these 2 mags. It comes with 2 magazines. It would be nice if they came with more magazines, considering they're only 10 rounds, but I'm sure you can purchase more. And these guns are not extremely expensive. You know, I think of Walther as a premium brand almost. You know, in a higher tier, I guess. But their 22 is not that expensive. I think these go for below $4, I believe. So they're a little higher than like the Taurus or especially the Kel-Tec, but they're not just astronomical in price. One more round I can fit in there. All right. Let's do a little bit more shooting here. And I've shot this gun some off and on for several months now. This is actually a gun that belongs to my cousin that I borrowed from him in the last year, I guess. I've had it a long time. And I don't know that I've had a malfunction with it, which saying a lot for a rimfire, because a lot of times you'll have ammunition related malfunctions, and I'm shooting just a bunch of different stuff. When I was doing my review of the Kel-Tec P17, I dumped a bunch of different ammo into a box and just brought it out to shoot that 1,000 round review with. And I've still got a bunch of that. I think a lot of it's a Gila now, but there may still be some Remington in there and some Winchester in there and who knows what else. Let's hit this cowboy again here. All right. Now, some of them go to the left and some of them don't, so I don't know if it's me or what. I was able to hit that one out 35. I forgot to got another mag with me. I ain't got to go load up another one yet. All right. I'm going to try this little one more time. See if maybe I can hit it. That's a small target. There we go. Very small target. I think I missed on that last shot. I didn't hear it. So, not bad at all. It's a fun little gun to plink with. Trigger's pretty good. Like I said, when I shot all 3 side by side, I liked the Taurus the best. I like the trigger the best on it. I like the size on that one the best. This one's a little smaller than I'd want for a target pistol, and like I said, I wouldn't use it for a tactical pistol anyway, or a self-defense gun. Now, I was awfully surprised and impressed with the performance of that P17, that Kel-Tec, in my 1,000 round review. So, you know, that's a pretty good gun, it seems like, for the money. But this Walther is not bad at all. And I think my cousin found it on sale. They were running a special on it or something. I don't remember what he paid, but he got a pretty good deal on it, I believe. And you know, if you can find a good deal on this Walther, there's nothing wrong with it whatsoever. They're a proven design. Like I said, they've been out for about 22 years now. So they wouldn't have been around that long if they didn't work. And as I said, there's something of a more premium brand, at least in my mind. You know, maybe it's just the whole thing that they're made in Germany. And, you know, I think a lot of firearms enthusiasts, we tend to think of things made in Germany or Austria or whatever as being pretty high quality, because some of those gun makers have really, really good reputations. But there's nothing wrong with the stuff made in the U.S. either, though. I'm a Smith & Wesson guy and have been for a long time, so. All right, let's go out here and see if I can hit anything out here at 100 yards and at the 80-yard plate too. I don't know, 22 is not made for this kind of distance, especially, well, it's not made for this kind of distance out of a handgun, especially a small one like this. You know, out of my rifles, I can just tear them up all day long. But we'll shoot out here. Maybe the deer that were out there just a minute ago are gone now. Had a couple of deer out there that chuffed at me when I came out. And hate to accidentally hit one of those rascals and have to put it in my freezer. Just joking. I wouldn't want to shoot a deer with a 22. Well, at that distance, I doubt it would do a whole lot of damage, but it's not something I would want to do, is shoot an animal with a caliber that's not humane. If I wanted to hunt an animal, I'd want to do it with something that would put them down without any suffering. So, and it's not deer season now anyway, so I wouldn't be shooting one regardless. Let's go to this one at 100. Still trying to get it. I think they're going short, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, I just had to keep holding up more and more and more. Yeah, can't tell exactly where they're going. I mean, the gun's obscuring the target because I'm holding so high. But it shows you're not getting much velocity out of this little gun. Because out at 100 yards, it's dropping quite a bit. Let's try the one at 80. This one's going to be difficult. I can't see where they're even going. I hit something, but I don't know if it was the target. May have been the stand. I saw that one. Yeah, I think they may have been going low. Yeah, I can't even see where those are hitting. They don't make enough of a splash most of the time to even tell. I'm gonna load up one more magazine, and I'm gonna tear that cowboy up just cause he's a new target. Well, he's not a new target, but he's on a new stand. So it feels like a new target. I'm just gonna pump some out at the cowboy and then we're gonna be done. Because it's hot. I am sweating. Whew. It was about 100 degrees out here today. It's a little cooler now, we're in the shade now. All right, Mr. Cowboy here is gonna get a little bit of lead, if I can hit him. I think I missed on the last round, so I'm going to have to put one more round in. Strange how that always happens. I think I hit every other round of that mag, and I think I missed on the last one, or at least I didn't hear the ping, so. There we go, guys. The Walther P22Q. Not a bad gun at all. Really, really isn't. And it also, you know, being double action, single action, it's going to have double strike capability. So if the round doesn't go off, like 22 sometimes doesn't, you can pull that trigger again and that hammer will hit her again. and a lot of times it'll go off. So you do have that ability as well with this gun. So not bad at all. I enjoy shooting this little gun. You know, maybe I might even pick up one of my own at some point if I can find them on sale really, really cheap. But probably be giving this one back to my cousin pretty soon. But there it is, guys. Still around. Still a good gun. Don't think it's obsolete. It might be a good choice for you. I don't know. Yeah, everybody's got their own preferences. So, guys, I appreciate you coming out. Before we go, though, I want you to check out the description. There's a link there for Weatherbeard Supply Company. And if you click on that link, go to their website, and you purchase some of their beard care products, which is what I use, what I've been using for about a year now, then I get a percentage of those proceeds to help me buy guns and ammo. So far, I hadn't been getting a lot. So a lot of you guys out there with beards just hadn't been going and checking it out. So please do, because I appreciate the support, and I appreciate you supporting them as well, because they're a local company here in West Tennessee, and I want to see them do well because I enjoy their products, and I'd like for them to stay in business, which means I want people to buy. You know, that's how the free market works. So check out the description there. Click that link. Pick up some great beard care products. I've also got a link there to the GOA, the Gun Owners of America, where you can get a discounted membership and get in the fight with the GOA. And also, if you live in this great state of Tennessee like I do, there's a link there for the TFA, the Tennessee Firearms Association, and you can get in the fight on the state level as well. I don't get any kickbacks from either one of those groups. I don't get any money from them. I give money to them because I believe in what they're doing. So, guys, I appreciate you coming out. God bless you. Y'all take care of yourselves, and we'll see you next time.